Trevor from Coconut Creek, Florida. I was watching the Funeral Parlor segment with Undertaker and Ultimate Warrior. Why wasn't there a feud between the two, or did I miss something? They did have a feud. It was a house show feud. I know because I was at one of those house shows. They had a body bag match. They used to have a series of body bag matches. I don't know if they ever had a casket match, but the body bag was the big stipulation at that time. But they never did it on television. There was never a big Ultimate Warrior Undertaker match on a pay-per-view or a Saturday Night's Main Event or Superstars. There were actually quite a few feuds back then. Wrestling was just different. There were so many feuds that started or that they kind of teased, and maybe they did it on the house shows, but it never made television. Because you would never see a big match like that on Superstars, and there were so few pay-per-views back then, I guess this was never just a priority for them. Plus, I think the timing of it, if they were feuding in 91, the summer of 91, Warrior was gone shortly after that. So it's entirely possible the plan was to do an Undertaker-Warrior match on pay-per-view at some point, but Warrior got fired. I think the timeline kind of works there. Same thing with Warrior and Jake Roberts, right? They did the thing where Warrior was going through all of these exercises that Jake Roberts would put him through to prepare for a feud with The Undertaker. He wanted Warrior to go to the dark side, and it culminated with a Warrior being trapped in a room full of poisonous snakes, and so Jake turned heel on him. And it was right after that, like a month later, that Warrior got fired. So I think there was a better chance of seeing Warrior and Jake Roberts on a pay-per-view, or maybe on opposite Survivor Series teams, and we never saw it. But you know what? We ended up with the awesome feud with Randy Savage and Jake Roberts, my all-time favorite feud in WWE history. Very underrated, so I can't complain.